2021 was a year that changed, well, pretty much everything. And for anyone thinking about business in Thailand, it changed all the rules. So if you're an entrepreneur, the big question isn't just what should I start? It's what can actually survive and thrive in this brand new world. Today, we're going to dig into the data and find some real answers.
So let's get right into it. Think of the economy as having this massive new dividing line drawn right down the middle. On one side, you have businesses that are absolutely taking off, and on the other, you've got businesses that are, frankly, just trying to hang on. Our job is to figure out who's on which side and why.
And look, this isn't just guesswork or my own personal opinion. We're basing all of this on some serious expert analysis from the Center for Economic and Business Forecasting at the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. They've basically given us the map to this whole new business landscape.
What's so fascinating is that this huge shift we're seeing, it's all being powered by two giant forces that are colliding. First, of course, is the pandemic, which made everyone completely rethink health and safety. And second, you've got the digital revolution, which has just hit hyperdrive, moving our lives online faster than ever. These two things together are what's creating that huge split.
So, let's start with the exciting part, right? The good news. Let's look at the businesses that aren't just surviving, they're absolutely thriving. These are 2021's rising stars. And here they are, the top 10 booming business sectors for the year. Just take a quick scan of this list. You can already see a theme popping out, can't you? It's all about health, it's about online shopping, and it's about all the tech that makes that happen. Let's break down the top few and see what's really going on.
Okay, and taking that number one spot, it's actually a tie between two absolute powerhouses that perfectly, and I mean perfectly, capture the moment we're in. So on one side, you've got medical and beauty services. This makes total sense, right? It's a direct reaction to the pandemic. People are putting their health and wellness first like never before. Then, on the other side, e-commerce. I mean, with so many people staying home, shopping online went from a nice-to-have to an absolute essential. These two aren't just random winners. They are the direct answers to those two giant forces we just talked about.
And this is the part that's really cool. It's like a ripple effect. The e-commerce boom didn't happen in a bubble. It's actually pulling other industries up with it. I mean, think about it. To sell stuff online, you need people to make content about it. That's number 2 on our list. Then you need logistics to actually ship the products. That's number 8. And of course, you need boxes and packaging for all those orders, which comes in at number 10. It's a whole new business ecosystem growing right before our eyes.
All right, let's look at number 2 on the list, which, as we just saw, feeds directly off that e-commerce explosion.
Coming in hot at number 2 is platforms and content creation. We're talking about YouTubers, online reviewers, social media influencers, you name it. With every company rushing to sell online, it gets incredibly noisy. So how do you stand out? You go to the content creators who've already built trust with millions of people. They've basically become the new gatekeepers of marketing.
And at number 3, we see that other huge force making waves, our completely new relationship with risk and uncertainty. The third rising star is the insurance industry. It makes sense. When things feel uncertain, people look for security. And that old saying really hits home. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That single idea has caused a huge surge in people looking for both health and life insurance.
Okay, but for every success story, there's always a cautionary tale. So let's flip the coin and take a hard look at the businesses that are really struggling to keep up in this new economy.
Here they are, the top 10 declining industries. And wow, just looking at this list, you probably recognize a lot of them. These are businesses that were a huge part of our lives for a long time, but they've all had a really tough time adapting to this new digital world.
So, what do all these businesses have in common? Well, it pretty much boils down to 2 big problems. First, they are almost all exclusively offline, physical businesses that just haven't figured out how to go digital. And second, a lot of them are in industries that require a lot of manual labor, and they just can't compete anymore on price with neighboring countries.
Let's use the number 1 falling star as our first case study, the classic book rental shop. You know, a fixture in so many neighborhoods for so many years.
So what happened? What was the fatal flaw? I mean, this business model worked just fine for decades, and then all of a sudden, it just didn't.
Well, the problem is that their entire world is physical. They can only serve people who live right there in the neighborhood. And unlike a bookstore that can start selling online, a rental shop can't. Why? Because the cost of shipping a book back and forth would be more than just buying a new one.
They were completely trapped in an offline business model with no escape.
Now, let's look at another one we all know well. Coming in at number 3 on the list of declining industries, traditional newspapers and magazines.
We've all seen this coming for a while, right? But what's the fundamental issue that they just can't seem to crack?
Honestly, it's a battle for our attention, and they are losing. Badly. See, their competition isn't just other newspapers anymore. It's social media, it's news websites, it's ebooks, it's YouTube. It's literally everything on your phone. People's eyeballs have simply gone elsewhere, and the old print business model just can't follow them there.
Okay, so we've seen the winners, and we've seen the losers. But what does it all mean for you if you're thinking about starting something new? What is the big lesson here?
Here's the key takeaway boiled down. The winning formula right now is to be digital first, to focus on health-conscious consumers, and to use data to really get to know your audience. The losing formula? Being stuck completely offline, depending on old and inefficient business models, and just failing to offer something unique in a really crowded world.
So, there you have it. The lines have been drawn by these huge global shifts. The only question left is, when you think about your next big idea, or even your next career move, which side of that economic divide are you going to build on? The choice is really up to you.